Hello everyone, and welcome. Today, we have a quick video covering a hint of DLC coming from Nintendo's official website for The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, hints at more new amiibo, new description updates, and more news and rumors. Timestamps should be in the description below, and if you're a fan of videos like this, please give this video a like and subscribe to stay up to date, and as always, thank you for watching. First, what I think is the most interesting, DLC for Tears of the Kingdom. If you are interested in hearing more of a discussion on this topic, we discussed this on the last episode of our podcast. This comes directly from Nintendo's official English website. At the very bottom, it has a sentence mentioning DLC, which is mentioned separately from the Amiibo content. This doesn't appear on the Japanese or other official websites for Tears of the Kingdom in other languages. In fact, the Japanese website is very different. And even when I checked out other games on the English website, not all of them had this message. Honestly, this isn't surprising. Breath of the Wild's DLC sold amazingly well. Even the spin-off 𝗵𝗃 sold a lot of DLC. So common sense tells us the actual sequel will also have DLC announced. After all, we do have interviews with the president and others at Nintendo, stating how they are going to put a focus on downloadable content and online updates. For context, I looked back at Breath of the Wild and 𝗵𝗃𝗄𝗆's DLC to try to get an idea of what we can expect for Tears of the Kingdom and when we can expect it to release. Breath of the Wild's DLC was announced on February 15th, 2017, a little more than 2 weeks before the official release of the game, March 3rd. For those interested, it was not announced during a Nintendo Direct, but with a standalone, surprise YouTube video. 𝗵𝗃𝗄𝗆's was announced on September 8th, 2020, again as a standalone video, and not part of a Nintendo Direct, despite Nintendo having 3 different Directs that month. Super Mario's 35th anniversary on the 3rd, a mini Direct, as well as a Monster Hunter focused Direct on the 17th. Its DLC wouldn't be announced until February 17th, almost half a year after the game's release. Both games would have immediate bonus downloads with the main DLC split into 2 main parts. Breath of the Wild's Master Trials would release on June 30th. Champion's Ballad would finally receive a new trailer and release on December 7th, directly after the Game Awards. 𝗵𝗃𝗄𝗆's first DLC, Pulse of the Ancients, would release on June 18th, 3 days after being revealed at E3. Wave 2's Guardian of the Remembrance would release on October 2021. As for Tears of the Kingdom, I would expect a similar DLC content and marketing strategy being announced the month before the actual release of Tears of the Kingdom, sometime during April or possibly even sooner if rumors are to be trusted. Just as with Breath of the Wild and 𝗵𝗃𝗄𝗆's, I think we will be able to receive some Day 1 DLC or bonuses, with the first big wave of DLC coming during the summer, possibly around June, since that is when the other 2 games had their first wave of DLC. With the second set of DLC, I think Nintendo will do exactly as they did with Breath of the Wild, where they revealed the trailer for the DLC, as well as announcing it being available for download immediately after Breath of the Wild won Game of the Year at the Game Awards, which would put its release sometime in December. This isn't all though. Just as with Breath of the Wild, during the holiday after its release, and the DLC's release, Nintendo sold special versions of Breath of the Wild bundled with the DLC and a limited edition book exclusively for the holiday season at a lower price. It would be a smart idea to push more sales during the competitive seasons, and especially since Tears of the Kingdom already has a higher price than most Nintendo Switch games. I would expect the Day 1 bonuses to be small things, like treasure chests, weapons, and an outfit of some kind. I expect the first big wave in the summer to be almost identical to the Master Trials DLC, adding in a lot of new small quests for armor or weapons and other items, as well as a Master Mode, and something similar to the Master Trials themselves. I would personally like to see it have more than one, and I do think it will actually have more overall content than the previous DLCs for Breath of the Wild or even 𝗵𝗃𝗄𝗆's. The second wave of DLC I expect to be the big update. Just as Nintendo did with Breath of the Wild, they will take into account what players liked and didn't like about the game, and tweak the DLC to be more in line with fan interests. And again, yes, with the hype that is behind Tears of the Kingdom, if it succeeds Nintendo's expectations, I could see it being possible for them to announce a second expansion pass with a 3rd and 4th wave of DLC packs. You can call it supporting the game, or Nintendo trying to squeeze every penny they can out of us. Either way, they still get our money. Once again, while looking around the different websites for Tears of the Kingdom, I've seen some details and updates that I think some people may find interesting. The Japanese website states, "The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom," in quotes. However, right beside that, they have Kingdom a second time, also in quotes. Tears of the Kingdom is an endless adventure that spreads into the sky, a sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Wherever you go, and what you do is up to you in a world that stretches endlessly to the vast expanse of land and the sky above the clouds. Will you soar through the sky and explore mysterious sky islands? With the new power Link has in his hand, will he confront the incident in Hyrule? Your own endless adventure begins again. A lot of you may already notice they use a lot of double meanings with the words here. Time, beginning, again, being endless, stretching endlessly. There were even older descriptions of the game on GameStop and other websites, where they also had this same play on words, but instead of just mentioning the sky and the land of Hyrule, it mentioned a world beyond as well. The English website states, "An epic adventure across the land and skies of Hyrule awaits in The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom for the Nintendo Switch system. The adventure is yours to create in a world fueled by your imagination. In this sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, you'll decide your own path through the sprawling landscapes of Hyrule and the mysterious islands floating in the vast skies above. Can you harness the power of Link's new abilities to fight back against the malevolent forces that threaten the kingdom?" Now, concerning Amiibo, it hints at more than this Link Amiibo by saying this Link Tears of the Kingdom Amiibo figure will launch alongside the game on May 12th. By tapping this Amiibo, you can receive weapons and materials as well as a special fabric for Link's paraglider. Now, from what we know so far, the old Amiibo should give you different designs for your paraglider. So for different Amiibo to be giving you items, weapons, and other materials, I would expect to see more official Tears of the Kingdom Amiibo to be announced, similar to how Breath of the Wild had so many Amiibos on its launch. It continues, "If you scan an Amiibo from the Legend of Zelda series, you can receive helpful materials, weapons, or a paraglider fabric based on the Amiibo you scanned." And let's not forget, even the Bokoblin got his own Amiibo. As for the possible Amiibo, I think they will be modeled after the official artwork sketches that we have seen, and I also expect First 4 figures to be making statues, similar to their line of Breath of the Wild, Link, Zelda, and 4 champions from Breath of the Wild. On the English website, another new change, it also features a free digital copy of the Explorer's Guide for people to easily catch up on the story, characters, and other details from Breath of the Wild. I have more official news and some rumors I will discuss on our next video, which should be up the day after this one. So thank you all, and I hope you all have an amazing day. Please comment below and let me know all of your thoughts. Thank you all so much for watching the video, and please, if you made it this far, consider subscribing and commenting below. It really does help us out. Hello everyone, I just want to say thank you for watching the video all the way through. Some of you have been asking, and yes, we still have shirts and other merch available at teespring.com. You can find a link in the description below. If you purchase one and send us a picture wearing it, we will give you a shout out and include your picture during one of our upcoming videos. Thank you to our amazing Patreon supporters, starting off with our royal family, Shadow to Us. On our champion tier, Justin Clark, Monica Spath, SOBERX. In the Sheikah tier, ANDREMOI, Joseph, Natsu, Wrecker1, Rusty Caulfield, Tremel. And in the Kokiri tier, Jean Pinna, Chad Costin, David Guthman, Candy, Disappointment, Gus Calvo, Zane, Lean, Lovable Christie, Mr. Monocled Metroid, and whoever this is only donated to hear Jessie speak my name. Thank you all so much. If any of you would like your name to be featured at the end of any of our videos, or to get a shout out at the beginning of our Zelda podcast, the Hylian Gamescast, and to have any of your topics or questions answered or turned into a full video to be featured here on our channel, along with many other things, please join our Patreon and help support the channel. Thank you all so much. Happy Halloween.